and insight into how this works. And when she speaks, you can just hear her connection to her passion. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, Kim Jaklic.
Can you guys hear me okay? Am I coming? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. I'm just looking around the room and thinking, gosh, I wonder which one's going to finally get it. I wonder which one is going to be a top earner here. I wonder which one of you is going to be the rock star that is within you. So, I'm not big on math like Ron is. That did scare me, by the way, Ron. But we're going to talk about one math equation that you have to get to create success. We're going to talk about that one. We're also going to talk about connecting to your why and why you're here. And I'll share our story with you so you guys can really get a good sense of how important it is. Okay? So I want you guys to, first of all, before we get to our math equation, you're going to make the decision today if you are 98% of the population or 2% of the population. 98% of the population is dead or dead broke by the age of 65. 2% of the population is financially free. Which one will you be? Because I tell you what, there is one ingredient that takes you from 98 to 2%. Just one. And the difference is the way they think. 2%ers think differently than 98% of the population. Which one of you are 2%er? Which one of you are a 2%er? Right on. Rock stars, right? Isn't that what I preach to my team? Rock stars. We're all rock stars. But how you align your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your beliefs will always give you your results. Always. You'll notice the T, the F, and the B, which is the largest part of the equation, because frankly, guys, taking action, doing the simple step system that we have here is easy, right? But the T and the F and the B is where your magic is. That's where you create that magical pinch-me life. That's what keeps you on purpose and taking action in your business every day. Right? So it's your thoughts, it's your feelings, it's your beliefs. And I learned this from one of my mentors, Mr. John Asseroff. Many of you know him from The Secret. Shannon and I were blessed to be personally coached and mentored by him. And when I finally got it and understood that I have to be in alignment, my thoughts and feelings have to be congruent to my beliefs. They have to be congruent with my actions. You know, I can be feeling all great and excited about my business, but you know what, guys? If I'm not taking action, it's not going to get done. Right? It's not going to get done. So think about this equation today and think about which one are you going to be in integrity with and actually be. Because you got to be it first before this shows up. Hear me again. You have to be it first before the I comes in. So let me share a story. As most of you know, I am married to the most amazing man. I just celebrated my 15th running anniversary. Cheers, Shannon. And I am very blessed to be able to wake up to him every morning. But, you know, when we first got started in this industry, Shannon and I were your typical paycheck to paycheck, if you will. We really were. We were struggling financially. We didn't have, you know, any money to start a business. But what we did is we were so sick and tired of our lifestyle, because our lifestyle really consisted of, Shannon was the guy hanging high-rise glass 30 stories up. He was a construction guy. And I was the ex-corporate gal, stay-at-home mom. I had 2 beautiful kids. We have 2 beautiful kids. And I was so tired of telling them no. No, we can't afford this. No, we can't afford this. We can't do this because we don't have the money. That was our life before we started in this industry over 4.5 years ago. And I was the one that found it. I bumped in. I didn't even tell Shannon. I didn't even tell him. Got started. Purchased, you know, first product. Discovered. Got started. And then I showed him the business, and I showed him the comp plan, and he said, oh my God, Kim, this is our ticket. This can get me home. This can get me home. And I thought, more importantly, this is how I'm going to get my babies to Disney World. Because we couldn't even afford to take them to a show. We couldn't even afford it. How was I going to get my 2 kids to Disney World, bring my husband home? And I found that ticket. So Shannon and I got started. We were a sponge. We were on all the calls. We did exactly what our mentor told us to do. We positioned ourselves with not having any money in the comp plan across the board in 10 days. And what we did is we got creative, and we used other people's money, because we didn't have our own. So we used other people's money. We positioned ourselves, and we just started. We called back leads. Shannon would get up at 3:30 in the morning because we didn't really know how to market. We didn't know what we were doing, so we purchased leads. We actually had this sign, you know, like the real estate signs that said, earn CEO level income working from home. Don't leave, don't call. With our 800 number. We built our business for 6 months that way. And he got up at 3:30 every other day so he could put those signs in high traffic areas. He'd come home, you know, working 10 hours. The kids wanted to see him. We'd have dinner. Mind you, it's very cold in Michigan. His feet would be literally, we'd have to soak them because they were, they were so cold. Soak his feet. And then he would eat dinner. And then he was teaching himself how to market Google. How to market. Now, we had no mirror image marketing systems. We had no tools like we have today here at LifePath. So he had to do it all on his own. And it took him 5 months to learn Google. It would never take you guys that long because of the tools that are in place yet. But he was so diligent. Every single night, instead of watching TV, he was putting in 2 to 3 hours a night on Google. We generated our first lead through Google content 5 months later. Dedication, commitment. Kim, I'm going to learn to leverage my marketing so I don't have to get up and depend on signs. That was his goal. Kim, we're fully committed. We take action every day. We're going to get it done. So that's what we did. And we didn't get it right. We learned as we just learned as we go, you know? And I tell my associates, you don't have to have it perfect. Just get it going. Just get it going. You have, all of you, have the greatest gift that every time you're picking up the phone and interviewing someone in your business, you have products that are going to totally personally transform your life. I'm a better mom because of the discovery. Period. Better mom. So I say this to you because we did have, we do have roadblocks. We still have roadblocks. Anytime you're an entrepreneur, anytime you're working for yourself, you're going to have roadblocks. But you can always get around them, or you can go over them. And our purpose, our passion about why we were doing this was bigger than the roadblocks. Me telling my kids no, not having to do that anymore. I'm taking them to Disney World. It was amazing. And the great thing is, my mom was the one that funded our breakthrough ticket. And when I went there to get the money, and now mind you, I've not asked my mom for any money before. This was my first time. I was extremely nervous. But I was doing this to get my husband home and take my kids to Disney World. That was my why. That was my why. So I went there and I'm like, Mom, I started this business. And my stepdad was the one who writes the checks. And I said, I need $8,000 because we had just a couple thousand in our savings, which we took towards our breakthrough. I need $8,000. I need it now because I have to go wire it to my advisor. She's in Tennessee. And he looked at me and he goes, Kim, these things never work. They never work. And I smiled. I took the check. Okay? I took the check. I went and cashed it, and I wired it, and I called Shannon. Hey, baby, breakthrough, check, done. Because I took care of the breakthrough, Shannon did the destiny. We took out a loan for our destiny. That's how we did it. We were so committed of bringing him home. We were so focused on our why that all the stuff that we needed to do, no matter how uncomfortable it may have been at that time, was worth it. By the way, these are my babies. This is Jordan and Ryan. I took them to Disney World at Christmas time with my mom and my stepdad. All expenses paid. We retired Shannon in 8 months. We were connected to why we were here. I didn't care about how many leads I had caught. I didn't care about having to learn a form of marketing that I didn't know before. Shannon didn't even know how to send an attachment to an email. And he is a master marketing. And he has self-taught himself everything. So I say that to you guys because, if a stay-at-home mom, ex-construction worker guy can do this, what does it mean for you? So as you guys leave here and you get all your nuggets today, what are you really going to focus on when you get home? Are you going to take inspired action, that I like to call it? Are you going to do what the other people before you who've created the results? Are you going to mirror what they do? Or are you going to let ego come in and take over again? that conditioning that has gotten you to this point. Because you have a choice. And you leave here. You can choose ego. 98% of the population chooses ego. Or you can choose your bank account, which is 2% of the population. You have the choice. You have all the power within you when you are connected to why you're here. Get very clear on why you work in your business, why you're committed, why you're playing full out. Is it to get a spouse home? Is it to get out of a job that you absolutely hate? Is it to be able to give the lifestyle for your children that you know that you deserve to your core? Is it just simply to have the freedom to do what you want when you want and not have to answer to a boss? And the choice is yours. The choice is yours. Choose wisely. You are powerful business developers. You are CEO of your enterprise. You are CEO of your enterprise. Think, feel, act, and believe today. You are CEO of your enterprise. And you will get the results that you come here for. Blessings, guys.
That sounds like a pyramid to me.